I feel like we should probably figure out a way to begin the show that involves talking about how fantastic you are, how fantastic I am, and how all of this is put together through the genius, how everything is written, including the improvisation.
Yes.
By Mark Skeens.
By Mark Skeens.
And that way, if it sucks, it's all his fault.
It's them damn O'Malley brothers, and we about to find some trouble if it takes us till the clock turns around. Yo, you can find us down in Dublin town. We'll be hoisting up a glass and pinching biddies on our ass until they lay us in the goddamn ground.
Today on Manhours, we got Keith McMillan, we got Jesse Janzen hanging out off screen. There he is. There he is.
I need another beer.
So the man work continues.
All right.
Worked on his alternator yesterday. Left that. Washed my hands and went to play a gig at the Universal Bar and Grill. It's always fun to play solo in a tiny room where there's a TV playing the football game. And people there to watch that football game.
Oh man.
Yep.
It's always good. I sort of like that though, because I feel like it's an opportunity to win those people over. Like if I can get those people's attention and get them listening, then I must be nailing it. Like,
or the football game just is terrible.
I don't know. Whenever there's a fucking box with flickering lights in it, I can't pay attention to anything. I'm like a fucking moth. When there's a TV, like, that's my attention span. It's just like knocking on the television.
See, I think that's the beauty of music, though. I feel like with music, you can capture somebody. I feel like with the NFL being on, and I feel like if I was doing stand-up comedy, unless I hit, like, just a crazy punchline where I say something offensive or just something, ignorant, I feel like you're not going to really care. Like, I have to go above and beyond.
Unless you really nail it down with something totally inappropriate.
Unless I just fucking hit you with something that's like, oh no, now I gotta fucking listen. Right. But then usually by that time you just want to heckle.
Right.
And you really, I don't know if you've ever dealt with that. Oh, I meant you've dealt with a heckler before. Have you? Or you just like, I just fucking outplay him?
I don't think I've ever really been heckled as a musician. Like whenever somebody's engaged me or like been drunk or stupid or anything, like I'll fuck with them.
Okay.
But I just sort of make it part of the show. Like I hired this idiot to distract you from the fact that I don't necessarily have my shit together as a performing artist.
Yeah. No, I mean, you totally got me there. I never had my shit together, but I feel like, just hecklers. The piece. I feel like someone heckles me when they feel like they're smarter than me. I feel like my punchlines are just kind of like, oh, I know what he's gonna say next. Fuck it, I'm just gonna do his show for him. Right. Like when someone, and I take it offends me because I'm not the brightest guy in the world, but I feel like I have a mic. It's my time to shine.
The lights are shining on your face.
It's time for me to kind of speak my mind.
Yeah,
it's not great shit, honesty in your craft and your music. How long did it take before either of you guys were honest? Honestly.
Well, the first song that I wrote was about my friend who killed himself.
Oh.
My second song was about like the history of my first marriage. So it started out pretty
pretty honest. But BJ comes from a different kind of place when he comes artistically. BJ just is BJ, and he doesn't really consider anything else other than being BJ at that time, because he's like, this is why would I not write this? This makes perfect sense. He's not as reserved. Like I hear you. Like I wrote, when I started playing music, one of the first songs that I actually put together and wrote was for the girl that I was dating at the time, and it was the first song that I was actually kind of proud of, because I put, like, the song wasn't fantastic, but it was the song that I put a lot of effort into and worked on, and we were together for 3 years, and I never played it for her.
Oh wow.
She still doesn't know that song even exists. Like I've played it for a lot of other people after the fact, and this was 5-6 years ago, but she's never heard that song.
Yeah.
And that was like, and it was because I was honest about making the song, but I didn't want to be honest about presenting it to her and being like,
never play a woman a song that you wrote for her.
Oh, okay.
Like, wait.
Was I onto something then? Was I onto something?
I'm not gonna say that it's like ruined.
But what happened?
The 4 relationships that I wrote songs for, but all 4 times that I've written a song for a woman and been like, "Hey, I wrote you a song."
Do you think it's because she?
Bye. I thought you okay.
Do you think it's because they start to feel like you're paying too much attention to them?
It
Like now,
be,
once they feel like they've gotten the attention they need, they're out. Like, because girls usually gravitate to
That's it.
people who treat them poorly and don't pay attention to them. Right?
maybe it's like a checklist. They're just like, okay, get a guy to write a song about me.
Right.
That's the only reason why women are attracted to musicians. Just to check that thing off of the list, and as soon as it's checked off, like, they never date another musician again.
Like, okay, we're good. Now we'll just go date someone with money instead.
Red carpet. Okay, I'm gonna date that actor.
Okay.
Like, okay.
See, I feel differently because I feel like if a girl is stupid enough to date me, I feel like she just gathers material for the end of the breakup to either have someone to smile back upon or to make fun of me with. Because like I used to write shitty poetry, like bottom of the barrel poetry. Like I could probably do it off the top of my head right now. I'm not gonna do that, but. This was high school, but I'd write shit, but I never forget after we broke up and she was done with me. I heard my lyrics back to me so much by people just making fun of me. I was like, oh, okay. And that's why I treat every girlfriend like that now. Yeah. I'll think about giving her something. I'm like, is it going to come back to bite me in the ass? See, and that's the worst part. I'm already thinking about the end of the relationship. I'm not even like, oh, this is going to work. This could be my true love. I'm like, oh, at the end of this shit, oh, she's going to share that picture of me drunk, blackout in her bed. Like,
well, see, now I feel like Nick and I, that would be something that guided our behavior. I would be like, is this going to come back and bite me in the ass? Then I definitely have to do it.
Then I absolutely need to do it, and I need to make sure it's a big fucking bite.
It's got. I need photo evidence.
Yeah.
I need this probably write this down instead of just making it up as I go.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
All right. I have to make sure that this sucks as much as physically possible.
I need to put this on my Facebook page.
Right. I need to send it
before
to her
we break
mom
up.
first.
So it's like Eminem starting out the rap battle by talking about
all the shit that he's done. What a tool he is.
I'm a Caucasian homosexual that has sex with my own mom.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I heard too.
That was Eminem? That was Eminem?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I hope he's not a listener.
Me too. That would be so fucking weird.
Someone's gonna tweet him, be like, "You gotta listen to this podcast.
You gotta check this out.
This guy's clowning." And I was like, "No, it was a joke."
You know what? Once he hears your name is Bryson Jones, you're back.
Yeah,
like, that's a scary fucking name. I'm not gonna fuck with that dude. I hang out with gangsters and I know Bryson Jones,
right? Especially a white, skinny Bryson Jones. Because then you think that you have the most to fear from him because he's probably done the things you've heard about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
White people are usually guilty of the things they're accused of.
Yeah. Right.
That's why they're scary.
Yeah.
You know, that's why white guys in jail are the scariest people because
Human
they actually
so
did
sinewy,
it.
You know, it's too chewy.
You guys are leading serial killers.
We are.
We are. I don't want the only ones, except unless bath salts are involved, right? There was one.
Yeah.
There's now one case of a
white male
crazy
in
white
his
male
30s.
that's eating someone.
See, that fucks it up for all of us. Like, as soon as you said his name,
killer?
like, we could talk about white serial killers all day, and I'm like, but once you guys bring up like a black killer, so I'm like, oh fuck.
But listen, like that's a sign of progress. I think we've got an African American president,
right?
And finally we've broken down the racial equality of serial killer crazy.
Can I just comment on the serial killer thing and say that as sad as it is that serial killers are always men in their 30s, does it also state something to the fact that white men have obviously discovered and proved that they're the only ones that can commit murder and get away with it? Is that not also another? Could you not look at it from the other side? Because white people aren't the only men in their 30s are not the only ones that are murdering people.
That's true.
But if they're the only serial killers, it means they're the only ones that are capable of doing it and getting away with it over and over again.
Crime.
You know, it's gonna be the worst. The day this podcast comes out, there's gonna be a big murder, and it's gonna be like these guys were advocating murder.
It's gonna be.
I don't think...
All you have to do is go back and watch episodes 1 and episode 2 to understand that we're not really the most capable of deriving things like that.
I think I can quote Mallrats in saying to the entire audience, haven't we made it abundantly clear throughout the tenure of our podcast that we don't know shit?
If you guys can't see me right now, I am 6'1", athletic, good-looking guy. My comedy is top-notch. I don't do open mics. I do it to work material.
Well, they can hear you. They already know your comedy's terrible.
Well,
no, we actually lost that part.
Oh, we lost that part.
We lost that?
But now,
great comic, smart material.
If you see him out, he just looks a little shorter on stage.
This is Keith McMillan. We'll just plug your. What's the best way if someone wants to contact an aspiring?
If you want to send me hate mail, kmcmillan1215@gmail.com. It's a long name. If you want to get on my Facebook and send me a message or something, kmcmillan15 at facebook.com, and send me like a hateful message. Send me something that's gonna brighten my day. Like I wake up and I'm like, oh yeah, I am fatter, or something. Put me ass to put metaphors and shit. I'll get it.
It's good material.
It's good material.
It's good material for later.
Speaking of Facebook, I have something that I would like to read. This is an article that was posted on The Onion. It says a comprehensive, groundbreaking new report released Monday by the Pew Research Center's Internet and American Life Project has found that only 4 users of Facebook derive pleasure of any kind from the popular social networking website. According to the report, the remainder of the 950 million people registered with Facebook, despite using the site on a regular basis, take no joy in doing so, and in fact feel a profound sense of hopelessness and despair immediately upon logging in. The lead researcher, John Elliott, said, as it turns out, the vast majority of human beings tend to become depressed when they see the past 5 years of their life summarized right there in front of them in a sad little timeline. It says, indeed, the Pew report found that 99% of Facebook members could not recall having enjoyed any of the social network site's features since the time of 2009. Of that subset, 74% said they had asked themselves, how has my life come to this, while checking the website multiple times per day. 67% said they were inevitably plunged into an alternating cycle of vanity and self-disgust when reviewing tagged pictures of themselves. And 52% said they had questioned the whole point of life itself after spending half an hour on the site, only to realize the most interesting thing they had seen the entire time was a photo of what someone had for dinner.
It's interesting that 4, because coincidentally, that's the number of likes we have on Facebook.
So those 4 people who enjoy Facebook enjoy this podcast.
100% of the people that enjoy Facebook also enjoy this podcast.
So I would say find us on Facebook.
You know what? Honestly, when I look back on Facebook, when I checked in my timeline, because I did it, I never forget. I can talk about this now. I should listen. I saw people that were consistently in my life. And one of the people that used to be consistently in my life isn't in my life anymore because of something I did to her. And, she tells a fake story by why, but I'm sorry, that was...
Shot her with an arrow?
Yeah. So, it was close. But I never forget, like, I appreciated that, and I said, hey, these people I want to give a shout out to for always being in my life for the past years. I was trying to make a positive out of something, and never forget she wrote like "fuck you." Why are we still friends? We're not friends on Facebook no more. But she like "fuck you, Keith," and I was like, oh, okay. But it showed me how much I grew and how much I kind of plateaued and just stayed same level. For consistently for a month or a year, I was still doing the same things, partying, and a lot of my photos look fake. Like, there were a lot of beautiful women who I've never, had to, now I can be like, oh, I've never engaged in them intimately. But within 10 years, I'm going to be like, oh, I fucked her, I was with her, I was with her. Oh, yeah, BJ, oh, yeah, I did a little set for him every now and then, Like, stuff is going to be exaggerated. But right now, I look back and it's not the best. It really bothers me.
I feel like Facebook is just the realistic nature of, playing Sim, but it's you. Like, when people play the Sim video game... Sim you? When people play The Sims, you're never you in The Sims. You're always either the playboy bachelor, you're the superhero. Like, you try to you're usually rich beyond all compare,
right?
Or you just do, or you're the other side where you're just somebody who's dangerous. You just walk up to people and punch random people on the street. Like you're the bad boy. Like you
the instigator.
You try to live at the extremes at one side or the other. You're never just the average guy that you are in real life. And Facebook has just pretty much shown us like exactly how, just complacent everybody is and how benign everything is and how monotone a lot of people's lives are.
But I feel like, on the other hand, there's also you sort of get a glimpse into what the little things that other people appreciate are. Like it's a really I like it as an intimate glance at the things that they're looking for, like the news articles that strike them. And they like enough to share.
If I can cut you off real quick, one thing I can't say what a couple people that are on my Facebook, and you're one of them, and I can say that's not just kissing your ass. I appreciate when you post something and you speak your mind about it because it's an opinion, and if I really wanted to, I have not yet, but I can speak up and speak to you. No, it's not like a malicious venom thing where I'm like, you're fucking wrong.
Right.
But I appreciate when people post articles that kind of enlighten us or open our minds and makes us think instead of just kind of like, look what's for dinner. Chicken pasta, I made it.
Yeah.
Like, I hope she never listens, but one of the girls that's pregnant now, every photo is
I hope she never listens, but I'm going to narrow it down. So if she's listening, she knows
who she is, and I love her to death. But she takes a picture of food, and because she's pregnant, she's like, oh, my baby made me eat this. I'm like, no, you're not. You're getting fatter. You like the food. Enjoy it. I'm like, don't fucking play this on no one else. I love you, by the way, if you're listening, but I don't give a...
I don't know. I feel like the pregnancy thing, I mean, I've never heard of anyone in any normal circumstance be like, potting soil. I really need a mouthful of potting soil. Like that, but that's real. Like women, when they're pregnant, a lot of them end up having a craving for dirt, and it's very, very strange. But if they can crave dirt, they can certainly crave pickles and vanilla ice cream. Like I feel like women always crave ice cream.
Right.
But why the pickles? That's just fucking weird. I feel like it does, just like the hormonal imbalance,
like salsa,
makes
like just
shit
random shit going on.
Yeah. I mean, most of our thoughts are either chemical reactions, electrical impulses formed by chemical reactions, or chemical reactions incited by electric impulses. So if you consider like the chemistry difference between a pregnant woman and a non-pregnant woman, like that shit's crazy.
Yeah, that's insightful because I grew up with a lot of pregnant girls through high school, and I never really.
Congratulations!
Good work! It's always weird. All my ex-girlfriends are just pregnant. I don't get
my ex-girlfriends, they were just girls like I was the friend. Like before there was a tag. Before it was kind of like that's the gay friend or whatever. I'm not gay, by the way, but. I gotta fucking prove it. But I was the friend that was always there in life. Like I wasn't making out with them. I wasn't messing around with them. I was just trying to be a good guy. In the time of my life where I feel like now I need to be a good guy and I'm an asshole. Back then I felt like I should have been the asshole. Yeah. Instead of being the good guy. But I was there and I never really noticed. But they would eat some weird shit, and I'd be like, oh, you're pregnant. Like they could do anything. They could slap the shit out of me and spit in my mouth, and I'd be like, oh, you're pregnant.
It's like an automatic walk.
Yeah.
I almost feel it's like what we're going to be entitled to when we hit 80. Because I feel like any man
I feel like old men are
who's
allowed,
post 80 just gets a free pass at anything.
Yeah.
You can steal things, and people don't, like, people will be like, oh, he doesn't know. Like, you free pass. You can say whatever you want, you can take whatever you want, and everyone at the end of the day just looks at you and is like, wow, he's made it to 80, he's just a cool old man, let him go.
I think Alzheimer's might be a conspiracy. I think it's something. I mean, have you ever heard of a woman having Alzheimer's? It's always old men.
It's always old
right?
men.
Like, I'm just gonna whip it out and take a piss in this drawer. I'm just gonna. Though I am man, the world is my urinal. And if somebody catches me, oh, where am I? What's happening? Fucking hated that so. Like, I feel like it's just like once you hit. Like 65, like a 68 to 75-year-old man takes you aside and goes, all right,
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. You're old enough to know.
Like
Alzheimer's is totally made up. Now you do whatever you want and say, where's my wife?
Oh.
Do you have a wife?
Oh.
Doesn't
If
matter.
you don't, you just ask for your wife and everybody will know. You're just lost.
If I could use that now, I'd get out so many problems.
Exactly.
It's true. Do you think it's a gang group? Like if there's one old man somewhere that doesn't go along with it, the rest of them find him and take him out?
I think so.
Do you think that's what
And he
happens?
dies of natural causes.
Disease of natural causes. Could you imagine how
Natural
long that
causes
chase
being-
sequence would be of one 75-year-old man
Yeah.
trying to
walker?
trying
Yeah.
to chase down another one? Right? The car chase sequence of them like getting in their car alone would take forever.
Just the like having 8 guys with walkers chasing one guy with walkers. Like you cut to the one walker and then you cut to the 8 guys. Like, oh man, that's got to happen now. We've got to find
Right, and eventually they all just end up at a diner for the early bird special together anyway, so it doesn't really much matter.
The fight sequence took place 5:30 in the morning.
Right, yeah.
Well, no, they catch up to him and he goes, "Where are we?" And they go, "That's right.
That's right. That's right.
Hey, Denny's."
Yeah, excellent. All right. Everyone take your Metamucil.
See, this is bad though, because by the time we get to that age, social media is going to be like everyone has a group for something now.
Right.
So that all that's going to be exposed by the time we get to. So we're not going to have that gift.
Hold on a second.
We're gonna have to come up with something new then.
Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Because at some point, the generation of people who would lean up against things and have their picture taken with their arms crossed,
Yeah.
like those people are going to be geriatrics. Like they're going to be old.
Yeah.
Are they going to be then like leaning on their walkers, like throwing up West Side with their with one hand on their walker, like they only need to lean on it with one hand.
Yeah.
That's how gangster they are. This is actually like a manhunt, Los Angeles wide. There's a guy named Angel Roses who looks like a strange, like, scientific experiment gone awry using the DNA of Axl Roses and Bret Michaels.
Okay.
He's got, like, long blonde hair, really skinny guy, wears, like, Cleopatra mascara. He has a tattoo on his right forearm of the Guns N' Roses cross.
Got you.
Anthony Kiedis' face
Okay.
on the right shoulder. Youth Gone Bad across his chest in like diminishing letters, like they ran out of
Fonts.
like they ran out of paper. You know, like
Ran
you
out of
do
room.
when you get to the edge of the
Yeah.
page and you start going up. They did that.
Got it.
He's got Bon Jovi tattooed over the top where Tupac had Thug Life. Angel Roses has Bon Jovi. And he's also got Aerosmith's logo with the wings tattooed underneath here, and then Walk On, I think, which I think it may have been a communication error. He may have been in a different country and told the tattoo artist Rock On,
Yeah.
and then just covered his eyes and didn't look the whole time, and it said Walk On, and he was like, yeah, that's awesome.
That would be Japan. That
Right.
would be the Asian countries where rock is just always walk on.
It's a manhunt. Here's why. If you see him, contact us. YouTube page, any comments will go straight
Twitter,
to my phone.
Nick and
Facebook,
BJ.
Twitter, Nick and BJ at gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Get a hold of me as soon as possible with his location because I have to show up there with as many people as I can pretending to be his biggest fan.
Evidently.
Here's why this practical joke has to happen. This guy was going to be, I host couch surfers all the time. He sent me a couch surfing request, and which I accepted. And then he sent me a Facebook friend request, which I accepted.
He's a good guy.
And then he started sending messages to all of my beautiful lady friends, asking them if they wanted to hang out with him while he was here. And I was like, dude, don't do that. And the response, which I'll read you the response later. but it was awesome. The delusions of grandeur in which this man insulates himself are just amazing.
This on Facebook, right?
Yeah. So I really want, and he's supposed to be here next week.
He's still coming?
If anyone sees him, long blonde hair. He's not gonna stay here.
Oh, okay.
But he's still coming to LA. He's got long blonde hair, eye makeup like Cleopatra, sporting a bandana like Axl Rose.
Got you, yeah.
Very gangly. His shirt's always open. The tattoos, no one else has a Bon Jovi tattoo.
Not there.
No one else has a tattoo of Anthony Kiedis' face like Anthony Kiedis does of Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Did I tell you about the bunny site where the guy made 10 grand just for not killing a rabbit?
Is this in America?
Yes.
See, this is how I feel about that story. That's so amazing because I feel like at the end of the day, I feel like we've become so sensitive to like, look, I love animals, but the bunny situation, come on, it's a bunny. Like he made $15,000 off ransoming a bunny.
Yeah.
I feel like we've become too sensitive anymore. Like, you know, with the whole Daniel Tosh thing, we all know the Daniel Tosh thing.
Yeah, yeah.
He said have you heard about it, BJ? He was taking suggestions from the audience, and he was like, what do you guys want to talk about? And someone said rape, and he goes, oh, yeah, rape is always funny. And the girl stood up and said, rape is never funny. And then he retorts with, and paraphrasing maybe, that wouldn't it be funny right now if she got raped? And that she went home and blogged, and that the big backlash, and everyone was kind of like, well, comics are saying too much. Comics should need to watch their mouth, and it's kind of like one of those, like, you know, a little bit too sensitive. Yeah, the joke was terrible.
But I think one of the problems that people have with a comedian, like, who was the guy, the Kramer guy?
Yeah.
Like, he completely lost his shit.
Yes.
When, like, the incident that like, basically destroyed his career was him losing composure.
Yeah.
It sounds like Tosh just made a joke out of it. Like, that's wouldn't it be funny if she got raped right now?
Yeah.
Like, that's so clearly inappropriate that it's a joke.
It has to be.
Like, most jokes are something that is so clearly inappropriate that it can't be the person's legitimate thought.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that would be great. Like, if that were to happen, I would just stand here and laugh. Like, and for people to presume that was in any way legitimate, I mean, yes, rape is like a terrible thing, but nothing is terrible in comedy. The most terrible things have to be dealt with humor. Like, that's where our sense of humor comes from. Is it's a natural human device that makes us able to deal with terrible, terrible things.
Yes.
Does this not just bring us back to the point that overly sensitive people ruin everything for all of us?
They do. They do ruin everything.
In every circumstance, people who are overly sensitive or take things too seriously just screw up the world for the rest of us.
But somebody said somewhere, your anxieties are not my responsibility. And that is awesome.
Got it.
Like, that means as long as you're being like true to yourself, and as long as you're not abusing someone else, how someone else takes a thing is completely not anyone else's responsibility. Like, you know, other people's anxieties just are not our responsibility. Our lives would be exhausting if political correctness was an actual, like, frontal lobe fucking active consciousness sort of thing. Like, oh man, fuck that.
And sometimes, and this comes around to, I believe you just need to expand your mind.
Right.
You know, you need to open up. You need to read. You need to always go out there and learn more and more.
Yeah.
Because when you're stuck in this little zone of ignorance, I'll say, you know, you can't grow.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, and there's always an alternative to being offended.
Yes.
You can be delighted at someone else's. Other people's ignorance is a source of endless delight to me.
Yes.
How anyone is ever offended by it, I don't know. Like, it's ignorance. It's not something like bigotry and racism, sexism. That stuff to me is always funny.
Okay.
Because it's either a joke or it's legitimate, which is like an existential kind of joke.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, if someone really believes
Yeah.
some crazy racist shit, that's funny to me. that person could possibly be so stupid as to believe that, but also feel like sharing it. You know, like I love that. I love it when someone is openly stupid and unapologetic about it, as much as I love it when someone says something stupid intentionally because they think it's stupid and funny.
I totally agree, because at first when I was growing up and I grew up in Florida, you know, and people might not say Florida's the South, but in the town I grew up in, you know, there's racism still to this day.
People from the North might say that. And from Florida. No.
But I mean, it's bad, and at the time I didn't find a light from it. I didn't find any humor in it. But now that I'm away from that, I find that shit hilarious. And even when I go home and someone says something ridiculous to me, I'm like, you know what? I was like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
And I don't, when I say that, I don't cast a light like I'm better than you, even though I do feel that way. Right. Like, it's not.
But you're at least going like, look, I'm at least running Windows 95. Yeah. You're a fucking Commodore 64. Yeah. Like,
you're playing with stones still. Like, you know, I mean, like, and it was such a weird thing because, you know, that's something, honestly, I had to get over when I first came to LA. I came to LA when I was 18, and I mean, you know, I just dealt with black and white. You know, I never had to deal with gays. I wasn't, you know, I grew up around a Filipino family, but I never really had to, you know, just all the different cultures that were out there, from the Armenians and everything.
Oh, man, we've got everybody.
And I was ignorant myself when I first came. I had to expand and open my mind. And that was like, that came full circle to me, because I was like, all right, these people never really tried. I gotta try.
And they never had that. Like, opportunity, I think, is something that a lot of people overlook as far as, like, the narrow-mindedness of humanity goes. Like, a lot of people feel like they're stuck in the place where they're at, so they never go anywhere else. And so they might as well be stuck there.
Yes.
And William Burroughs said that our minds, like, sociologically speaking, if you look at the Middle East, they're still dealing with the same problems they were dealing with at the dawn of civilization. The Protestants and the Catholics, the religious fight between the Irish and the English is barely resolved. Like the conquest issues that we've had as a human race in America and now Israel, like, we're still dealing with that stuff. And if you look at that in that light, the more modernized countries are sort of getting the blank slate to have all of the useful information from the past and be able to also move into a new future without, like, while cutting out some of the garbage. Okay. You know? Yeah. It's really interesting.
In conclusion, I just want to say that's why you can't be overly sensitive. Right. That's basically because people deal with some real shit every day. People go through certain things that you couldn't even imagine. So when someone, you know, all I want to say is, and I need to do the same thing, is fight the battles that are worth fighting. Yeah. Don't just sit there, see someone. I'm pussyfooting around saying this, but, you know, you see someone eating Chick-fil-A. You shouldn't have to go. I shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't go out of your way to let them know how of a terrible human being they are. You know. Yeah. I mean, I understand.
And just because someone works at a Chick-fil-A,
that bothers me the most.
There's one person that works at Chick-fil-A that dictated their policies in regard to fighting homosexual equality. Like, there's one person responsible. Yeah. That's the person you boycott. Yeah. If that guy comes into your business, you tell him, hey, look, we have the right to refuse anybody, including you fucking asshole. How does it feel to be refused? Yeah. How does it feel to contribute to that? You know, I feel good.
I'm happy you said that. You articulated that way better than I would have.
Yeah. Man, there was,
you saved my ass on that one.
This one asshole, like, posted a thing on YouTube. He was super proud of it. Like, goes up to the drive-thru and starts verbally accosting this, like, 16-year-old girl who's just trying to get money after school. Like,
on top of that,
you're just as stupid as the fucking CEO.
That video right there made me so happy. For the simple fact that after he lost his job. Right. He had like a high level job and he lost it after posting that video. So, you know, karma goes around, and I'm happy you got yours.
There's justice in an internet-based world, man.
Totally.
Oh, can we talk about?
Hold on. Angel Roses. Here it is. So I sent him the message after finding out he had been hitting on a bunch of my Facebook lady friends. Here's the messages I sent him. There are a lot of women in LA As my guest, do you think it wise to try to hook up with those that are friends of mine? It's a little awkward. Hope you're doing well, though. See you soon. And just so you know, it's not a territorial thing. They just think that we're friends and I don't know you. And that I know you and I don't. And if you aren't cool, then that reflects poorly on me. And I'd rather just avoid that completely. Know what I mean? Here's his response. Ha ha! You know what? I think you were just a stupid fuck. ... I'm the best in this planet and you are nothing. ... As all the others. ... So, probably was that you can to be cool knowing me, but we'll not know each other, so you will always be the shit that you already are. ... I'm sure you know that the girls you say if they know me they'll don't look at you anymore, so I understand why you say that. ... You can just suck my cock. ... You must get the fuck out. ... You know what I mean, right? Fuck off. To which I responded, yeah. ... See, that's the kind of delusional shit I was trying to avoid being associated with. Have fun in Hollywood, man. You'll fit right in.
Can I just say, I can tell by his punctuation and the way he spells, he's that eloquent man who probably runs through many of women, beautiful women at that. And
well, now he is Italian.
Oh.
So English might be a second language. And as far as running through a lot of women goes, well, he had a MySpace page for a while, and there were a lot of pictures that he took by himself with his cell phone next to other people that were female, coincidentally, from time to time.
Sir,
mostly just himself.
Sir, if you ever hear this, I hope that you are the best and you need no liquor to have sex with any woman.
Right. To find him. I want to find this man.
Seriously, he's a fucking rock
star. He's going to be in Hollywood in how many days?
7 days.
7 days.
I'm coming for you.
The hunt for angel roses.
I'm coming for you.
Angel roses.
So here's the deal. What happens is, if someone catches him, I'm going to put the blast out on Facebook, like everywhere. I'm going to round up as many people as possible. We're going to get all rock and rolled out. Mascara and shit. Leather, fucking skinny jeans. Whatever. Go to where this man is, like we're the paparazzi, like we've stalked him, we're his biggest fans.
Yeah.
And we're just going to make him feel like the biggest rock star ever. We're gonna take him bar hopping. Just all night, make him feel like a superstar. I'm gonna exercise all of my connections to try to get him VIP treatment wherever we go, and just make him feel like a total rock star. Because it just seems like really fun to sort of feed this man's delusion as much as I possibly can.
So that he continues from this point
on,
he can
continue
even a bigger jackhole than he already is.
I can see him being such a piece of shit, you taking him places, and him being like, oh, they already know me here.
Yeah. This isn't good enough.
Right.
This isn't, never been there. This isn't, what a...
They won't, though. They won't know him then. No, and then wherever he goes from then on, he'll have this really bizarre evidence of his own fame, of his of the groundedness of his own delusional rock stardom, and it'll just baffle him for the rest of his life.
Is he a musician? Does he have music of his own, or is he just someone who wakes up one morning and says, "I want to be a rock star"? But
apparently he used to have a MySpace page, but doesn't anymore.
So there's no evidence of him ever actually contributing to the music world at all.
Yeah.
So his ideas of becoming a rock star are just based.
He did tell me that he was playing in England last year. I think it was like 200 shows. I don't know.
It was a big overestimation.
Whatever it was, it basically was more shows than fucking Aerosmith has ever done in a given year.
In the course of a week.
And
he deserves it.
And I was like, okay.
Does he count busking as a show?
You should be on, I should be able to Google this Angel Roses character. Yeah. It was just nothing. He's an enigma. He's a true rock star legend to be.
I want to meet this guy so bad.
We'll find him.
Let's Google him. Oh, I wanted to bring
I don't think his tattoos alone are just... Yeah.
Oh, those are right there? All the images?
Those are all his...
Type in Angel Roses in Google and you'll get all his tattoos.
You get
That's what you'll get. You'll get all fucking.
Yes.
He's known bum tattoos.
What a wonderful.
You know what?
being.
You know what? But in the same playing devil's advocate in a sense, I kind of respect the guy because I feel like if I had the confidence he had, I'd probably be way further.
Whoa. Listen, there's a difference. And I've been over this. Like, there's a difference between delusion and confidence.
Okay.
Like, Jesse Janzen, for example, is extremely confident. That guy knows everything that he can do, exactly how well he can do it, and is pretty sure on how he can improve. And is very well aware that if pressed, he would actually probably surprise himself.
Okay.
But he knows that he's good at shit, and he knows how to own that.
What does he do, by the way, Phil?
He's an actor and a director.
Awesome. Okay.
And a writer as well.
Oh.
He's a man of many.
Producer, executive.
Yeah. But he's not a douchebag about it. Like, and I feel like most of the time that people are like, the difference between confidence and arrogance is delusion. Like, is actually basing your self opinion on information, you know. And if you're a comedian and you're getting laughs, it means you're good at it.
Okay.
Like, and you can say I'm a good comedian. Like, if you're a bassist and people go, man, that was really solid, or your drummer is always telling you, man, you're always so right there, you can tell people I'm a good bassist. But if you go around telling people you're the best bassist since Flea, and that everyone should have sex with you and give you their cocaine, I mean, first of all, that assumes that everyone has cocaine.
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
I have cocaine right now. I didn't make it or nothing. I just got it.
Yeah.
I don't even do coke. What I was gonna say?
If you're gonna be a rock star, you gotta have coke.
You gotta have coke.
I'm a comedian. I give my coke.
You hear that, kids? If you're gonna be a rock star, you gotta have coke.
Or you just gotta. No, you don't need to have it. You'll just get it for free.
I wanted to bring up the iPhone thing, the Apple thing.
We're done.
All right, I just want to say, Keith McMillan, please look for me in upcoming events. I'll be at open mics crafting my material, and hopefully one day soon you'll be hearing a lot from me with my stand-up material. And I'll be writing, and you'll see credits. I'm going to do sketch comedy and all that, so please...
We'll keep you updated.
Please add me as a friend if you want. Yeah, I'll be back when I...
We'll be linking sketches and stuff.
Yeah, if you see me riding my bike, pull me over. I got an AK and crack, so...
Yeah. He understands that he's probably up to some shady shit.
Yeah. Even if you're not a cop, just pull me over.
All right.
For me, put a kiss upon the blondie, drink a Guinness in the morning. I'm a man from a land born free. Yo, from the Atlantic to the Irish Sea. I'm as lucky as a 7 on the missing piece of heaven with my pipe and my rye whiskey. Yo, tell me, do you hear that sound? It's them damn O'Malley brothers, and we bout to find some trouble if it takes us till the clock turns around. You can find us down in Dublin town. We'll be hoisting up a glass and pinching biddies on our ass until they lay